Hi!
Hi! Okay, this is RuPaul's Drag Race Season 4, Episode 9, plus Untucked review, bitch.
Yes, and I am Isis Mirage.
And I am Coco Ferocia.
For your consideration.
Yes.
So, we are obviously doing each other this week, okay? Because I thought y'all would eat it up. So, you know, I'm sure y'all remember these looks. Yeah, so, you know.
Get into it.
Okay, so first of all, I want to get into, like, y'all know, I done said a few times, Willam, call me, Willam, we could be your friends, Willam this, Willam that. Okay, so, Willam is a flawless diva bitch. She fucking, well, she didn't call me y'all, but she got Tammy Brown on that ass and wrote me a letter. So, yeah, we got this fucking little, like, personally sent fucking film from Willam, okay? That's Tranny MacGyver, yes.
Yes.
And it is flawless. So I'm just like gagging right now that Willam took the time out of her day to fucking send me some shit.
Thank you,
and bitch. I know what y'all thinking, oh, it's probably her manager or whatever. Well, no, bitch, because I got a fucking handwritten note right here. And you know what? I'm gonna be selfish and not tell y'all what it says, because that's personal, like.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna just tell y'all that it's funny as hell, and she entered it in Willam. So, I'm like, yes. I am gagging over here. She got us this movie, bitch, which I'm gonna get fucking high as a kite, bitch, and watch that shit real good. And, a whole new outfit for next week. You know, like, yo, she used these stickers on the boat, like, not these exact ones, but, like, she used these stickers on the boat, and now I got shut your ugly boat mouth stickers. Okay? Yes, look at all that flawlessness right there. We love you, bitch.
Yes.
So, thank you so much. You have no fucking idea how much it means to us.
Seriously.
Like, bitch, when I got this letter, my hand was shaking, bitch. I felt like I got a letter from RuPaul.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
It was good tea. Thank
Emotional moment, but thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. We love you so much. And, like, I just, oh, God, if you ever in UK, bitch, you pick out that phone. Alright, so, moving on to the review.
Okay, so first of all, they showed Miss Willam holding the check, bitch.
Looking flawless, looking diva, looking cunt. Yes, I was eating it up. And instead of giving you, like, that frown, you know, she had a little sly look in her face, holding that check, bitch. Whatever, she getting paid anyway, y'all. Okay, so everybody walked into the workroom, and the first thing that I want to talk about is when they were saying, you know, oh, Willam went home, and can y'all believe it? Even though everyone was being pretty much shady as hell. Except for Chad. Chad not so much.
Yeah.
But, yeah, everyone was being shady, and Sharon and Fifi were impersonating Ru and Willam. And, you know, I thought it could have been funny at first when Sharon wanted to do the RuPaul, but then Fifi had to jump up in there and be like, oh, let me stick a beard on and all this extra shit. I'm just... Y'all, it's tied to me, y'all.
Yeah, they were like singing and dancing, and y'all are doing too much for me.
Yeah,
like, y'all
they
are that
throwing
happy?
glitter around the room, they so happy.
Whatever, bitch.
What's all that about? Come on, can y'all be happy for your sister? Y'all have no class.
So, the mini challenge was for them to decorate a pair of platforms inspired by classic Absolute cocktails, and they had 20 minutes to do this shit.
Yeah, so basically they had to get a pair of Pandora boxes, old tight-ass, clear slipper heels out there and fucking paint that shit up.
Yeah.
Not just plain. Shout out to Pandora box. How you doing?
Shut up, bitch.
So, yeah, I, off the bat, thought Fifi was gonna do well, because I know that Fifi does this shit to her own shoes anyway, and I wasn't sure about what the other queens do. So I was pretty positive from the beginning Fifi was gonna do this shit, so...
She won, bitch.
Yeah. You know, Dida was cute. You know, she had the Marie Antoinette if she was a stripper thing. And, you know, they would fly. I would rock that shit with the right outfit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Latrice was giving me a LaShawn effect. Because that shit at the back, you remember the premiere shoes?
Yeah.
I was like, she's taking some points from Miss LaShawn, bitch. I see that. Come on.
Yes.
Okay, Fifi was the cocktail shoes, which I thought was a really good idea because it was the cocktail challenge at the end of the day, right? And they looked like a cocktail, so I'll give you your chance to that. And Sharon's reminded me of like a camel spider. Like, was that just me?
Ooh.
I know, terrifying.
Girl.
But they reminded me of like a spider. I don't know what it was, like the fur and that. Ooh, I don't know.
I'm not here for that.
Nah. And Chads they were cute. I mean, they weren't giving me everything that I needed, but you know, like, she would have been safe for me with that one, you know?
Yeah.
So
Fifi won the mini challenge, and moving on to the main challenge, they had to campaign to become president of the United States. And they had to have a presidential debate against each other. So they were figuring out what they were going to do, and Miss Chad decided to take a risk and do an unconventional character. She had the little short wig and the afros on the side, girl. So, you know, it was kind of like, ooh, I don't know how this is, you know, what exactly they're looking for with this challenge. Everyone was super quiet, working really hard, and Fifi decided to start singing and burping. Like, girl, I don't need to hear you burping for like 10-15 seconds on the TV. Like, I'm not here for that. Like, I'm not tuned in to watch you burping.
Yeah. I ain't even too much saying that to Fifi. Like, girl, okay, if you want to burp.
Yeah,
burp.
anybody burp.
But like, Logo, like, can y'all like not play that? Because I'm really not here for that. Like, I don't need to be sat here watching people burp. Like, I really don't care. And yeah, so, you know, she seemed so ready and so finished with everything. And I was just like, you know, even if you have like a lot of skill in that particular field, like, I feel like you should still really take the time. Because, I mean, don't pull a Tyra and be sleeping on the sofa, bitch. That's all I'm saying.
So Dida seemed to be like kind of struggling with the whole thing. And Fifi was done really early. And she was saying, oh, y'all didn't take debate class or whatever. And then she walked off and fucking Latrice asked Sharon something. And then she was like, oh, you ain't take debate class? I took it for 8 years and I'm a lawyer. So she read her on that.
Yes.
Which was sickening. So then Dan Savage came to help the girls out with their political debate. So Dan Savage seemed to be taking it like quite seriously. Girl, I don't know if you watched the show before, but this is not the place nor the time.
So as soon as he got to like Latrice and then Fifi, I was already getting the running theme that he was taking everything really seriously. And I get that Dan is in politics and that this was meant to be like, you know, as a guest judge, his challenge, because it's like what he does, you know what I mean? So his opinion obviously meant a lot, but it just seemed a running theme to me that everyone that said something, he was like, you have to take it more serious, you have to be more serious. And, you know, not to pull the it's drag honey card, but, you know, like, at the same time, everyone at RuPaul's Drag Race always says, you know, I'm gonna be funny unless they tell me not to be funny. So I would have been confused because he wasn't saying straight up, don't be funny, but what I would have gone from that is he didn't really like the comedy route. But then when it got to judging, I was confused because the people who were funny, he enjoyed.
Yeah.
So I still, to this moment, don't really get it, but yeah, like pretty much everyone he went up to, he said, oh, you need to take it more seriously or think about this, you have to cut this out because in reality this would happen.
And then with Chad, he was like, oh, have you got any serious issues that you want to address? And Chad was like, no. Because, like, you know, this is not like a, I don't know, I took it like it wasn't meant to be serious. Let's get up there and seriously talk about what issues we seriously want to change in America. Do you know what I'm saying?
I didn't take it like that either, and obviously that wasn't really the point because the people that were funny did well. I mean, granted, we'll get to that and, you know, I'll talk about it more. But, yeah, pretty much everybody needed to be more serious. The only person I felt that really didn't get too much of a bad critique was Sharon, because Sharon, off the bat, seemed to have a good balance of the serious and the funny, so...
Yeah. So, moving on to the actual debate, can I just shout out Michelle Visage's fabulous executive realness, darling,
she
with
looks
the glasses
so
on. Oh, yes, I'm here for it.
Ow. Yes.
So Chad was being a hood rat. You know, she's giving show Cantel Brown. Take care of your hair. You know, which I was living for.
Yeah, I thought she did a real good job, and like you know, she was. I think this was her way of saying, okay, Michelle wants me to switch up, be more of a risk, so she tried to take a risk.
Yeah, Michelle seemed to like it.
Dida was taking things really seriously, and I guess that's fine. I mean, if that's the route you want to take, but again, there was no like punchline. It was just like serious, but you didn't actually know what it was she was being serious about. You know, she kept talking about she wanted to change, but there was never any mention of what that change was that she wanted. Yeah. So that's why I felt like the serious thing didn't really go down that well. At least if she would have made some people laugh, there would have been that. But to just be left kind of, you know, one note didn't really help her.
It's happened, like, when Dida has to do, like, characters and stuff, she either struggles or she does really well, like she did in the acting challenge, bitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Fifi was playing a woman from Texas, and she was trying to give, like, a Sarah Palin kind of character. That accent was a mess, though. Like, I wouldn't try and do one if I would fuck it up.
Maybe in her mind her accent was alright, you know, like, I mean, personal opinions, but I just felt like if you're gonna come out there with a stupid character, you should come out with a stupid character when it's necessary as opposed to politics.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Dan Savage was already being so serious with this whole thing. And, you know, to go out there and just kind of be really ditzy, I think was, she was trying to be too funny, but the biggest problem for me was that it wasn't that funny anyway, so there was no really saving it for me. Okay, so for y'all wondering, by the way, if you hear the tinfoil, it's cause we rolling up, yo, like, let's do this, yo. Okay, so Sharon was giving, for me, the perfect mix of serious and funny, because she was, you know, being serious with it, but I mean, it was completely a character at the same time, and it wasn't like she was just standing there, you know, this is the change for the people. Like, she was giving you some drama, some eleganza.
She looked gorgeous.
Yes, she did, and, you know,
fish stick.
Yes, and I just thought she did well, because, you know, she did get a few laughs out there, especially I found it funny, and she did try and address issues like, say, gay marriage, but then she tried to mix it with the balance of funny by saying, you know, she wants gay divorce too. But, you know, for the most part, she did a sickening job, and in my opinion, the best out of all the girls, because she found that right balance of both.
So, Miss Latrice, you know, was kind of serious with it, but, like, not as serious as Dida, and she was Miss Chunky yet funky.
Yeah, she tried to keep it cute.
Yeah, it was cute. She did a good job. So, for me, Miss Chad was slaying the scene. She was giving you do. So she was really funny. Dida was, you know, Ralph Lauren carpet and the Ralph Lauren paint and the Ralph Lauren furniture.
I feel like we're going back to Beyonce.
I don't even know where the hell that came from, but okay, Miss Dida.
Me neither.
Fifi called Latrice and Dida the help, which, Lord Jesus have mercy on her soul, I really cannot take this.
There's been a few moments where there's been like some prejudices up in RuPaul's Drag Race, and you know, for the most part I try and defend it, like, you know, when people were saying that Sharon was racist, or, you know, there was the whole thing with Jiggly and we got over that, but like, I think the biggest point to this stupid ass foolish joke that she made is there was no like punchline in that joke. It was just like the help, but there was no reason in that moment to call them the help. I don't even clean windows.
She was trying to be Sarah Palin, honey.
But no one likes Sarah Palin, so nobody gonna like that.
Yeah, I don't know. So they were talking about making peace with stuff, and Latrice said that 5 minutes ago she looked at Miss O'Hara and she thought she was ugly. But she's at peace with that, which I thought was sickening.
Exactly, and after calling her the damn help, you damn fucking Skippy, bitch.
You know, Sharon was basically slaying with that newscaster realness. It was giving me everything I needed.
Sharon was totally on point in that challenge, flawless. Okay, so we gonna move on now. I feel like we talked enough. So yeah, Sharon was flawless, Chad was flawless, Latrice was okay, Dida flatlined, Fifi, and so yeah, we just going to move on to them getting in the workroom. And so, you know, Sharon was basically saying that she wishes she would have talked about things that she really did care about more.
Yeah, or that it was more appropriate for her to do that.
Exactly, but I guess in that moment, you know, you're with everyone else, you don't want to be the one flatlining, being too serious.
I think what she was saying was she didn't really feel like it was the moment for that. That's not what they were asking for.
Yeah.
You know, she brought up growing up gay and weird, like we've discussed already, and that she was bullied really bad, and that she doesn't know what they're like now, and I don't either, but back in my day, and in her day too, the teachers would never jump in and never say nothing or do nothing. She doesn't know what it's like now, and I don't know what it's like now, but in my time, bitch, I know the teachers weren't doing nothing for me, honey. Some bullshit.
No, girl, the teachers didn't give a fuck. That moment was special to me because I felt like, you know, I can really relate to Sharon Needles.
And after she said, you know, it sounds cliche, but even if she touches one person, well, bitch, you got two right here.
Yeah.
You can relate and appreciate what you're doing on TV.
More than we can say.
Yeah. So, let's move on to the runway.
Yes.
Ru looked gorgeous.
Of course.
And Miss Michelle looked gorgeous with her side look going on. The theme...
I was actually quite surprised, Miss Michelle, because, you know, she did have all that height this week. I'm not saying I'm mad, but it was different. It was different, because when does Michelle not have some volume up in there?
So, yes, the theme was they had to go to their inaugural ball.
Yes.
So, let's start off with Miss Fifi. I thought the dress was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was a little bit wedding, but it was really cute, but I don't know if it came off too wedding instead of like inaugural or whatever. I didn't really like the hair too much. I wish the hair was a bit more polished.
Yeah, I thought so too. When the minute she stepped out, she took my breath away. She was so gorgeous. I love a mermaid dress. I fucking live for it. And I just thought it was flawless. The only thing is I wish her hair would have been softer, like a softer curl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't mind the big hair. What I didn't like is that the texture of it looked like moussey.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that crunchy mousse. And I would just wish it would have been more brushed out, more elegant, darling. But, you know.
Miss Dida Ritz. The bitch had me gagging this week.
Seriously.
Yes, I love the hair on her. The dress was really cute.
Yeah.
Her makeup looked really cute. She was giving, you know, Christina Aguilera dirty hair.
Yeah.
It was everything, I thought.
Definitely. This episode was the Battle of the Mermaid dresses, y'all. And, you know, I wasn't mad. And I thought that Dida's hair was gorgeous. Although it was a little, shall we say, tussled. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was really cute, and, like, they said they wanted her with an updo or whatever, but I was feeling that hair. I thought it was fly, and it was more like a younger take, in my opinion.
Yeah.
She was going for that Kim Kardashian wave, and I just thought it was real cute, and I loved the mix of the blonde with the black dress. It was right.
What I didn't get was, like, a lot of these girls, they were like, oh, the only one that really looks inaugural was Miss Chad. But, like, what did you really expect drag queens to wear, though? Like, a drag queen's not going to look like a real chick going there, and I don't know, unless they wrote, I mean, even if they wrote to me in the instructions, bring an inaugural outfit, like, I wouldn't know what the fuck to wear. I'd just bring a dress and just wear it how I wear it. Yeah,
I would just, like, take a gown with me, like, I would have brought some pageant shit, you know, just like Fifi did, in my opinion, because that's what you wear to a ball, right? You wear your gown.
Yeah.
So, you know, Chad Michaels. I thought Chad definitely looked the part. She was giving First Lady realness.
Yes,
she looked real cute, and you know, yes, she was giving you a character, but I thought that character was so fitting and so right for the challenge.
Yeah.
So 10s across the board to Miss Chad.
Yeah, like I said, like, I don't know if they tell them specifically an inaugural dress, or they just tell them a dress, or she got really lucky with what she had, or...
Yeah.
But bitch was looking like Hillary Clinton, bitch. That's what she was like.
I thought it was definitely right, and I get that Michelle says she wants to see more Chad Michaels, and I guess the difference is what would Chad wear to the inaugural ball as opposed to giving First Lady realness, which is a complete character. But, you know, she's a character queen, so maybe that is what Chad would have worn to a ball like that, because she is a character queen. That's Chad Michaels.
Latrice Royale. You know, I thought she looked good, but I don't feel like the dress... Well, maybe not the dress, it was mostly the corset that was throwing me off, the look. Because it just took it more to like a... Like they said, like a... Was it the Grammys or whatever?
Yeah.
VMAs or something.
Yeah, definitely. I think, definitely. In terms of a ball, I didn't think it was elegant enough in the sense that... I mean, she could have pulled away from elegance, don't get me wrong. But it was just kind of like... what, in my opinion, she would have worn to, like, a regular drag show to perform.
Yeah.
You know, she had the corset on, it was real drag. She had the costume and jewelry on, which it was sickening, by the way.
Her jewelry is always on point.
Yes, I live for that kind of jewelry. Drag jewelry, ugh. But, yeah, I just didn't see Inaugural Ball for that look.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta be honest. But... that's what she did,
yeah.
so...
As usual, her hair and her makeup and her jewels were on point, so...
Yes, but, you know, it was coming from a definite drag standpoint, so...
Sharon Needles. She looked flawless head to toe, mama.
Yes.
Did you notice that she was giving a little bit granny from the year 3000 and kind?
Well, like, I didn't even think about this while I was watching the thing. So, you know, Mew just kind of let me know that. Shout out to you, Mars. So, I was just like, I didn't really see it, but now that you say it, I'm like, Sharon, you stole my look. Now I get it, she did it before, like, you know, it was recorded or whatever, but I'm just saying, hey, shout out to Miss Sharon Needles, bitch.
She was wearing her Meet the Queen's hair.
Yeah.
Which is gorgeous.
It's so sickening.
The gown was gorgeous. The see-through eleganza that she was giving me.
That outfit just, if that was on a runway somewhere, like, bitches would eat that shit up. Yes. It was flawless. I do have to say that I don't feel it was really for the inaugural ball. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
I have those here. Anyway, so, yeah, I didn't think it was really right, but I think Sharon Needles was using that to her advantage, you know, by saying that it was, like, it's not going to happen for another 100 years, so I'm thinking ahead, I'm giving you future, bitch. So, you know, I think it was very true to Sharon Needles, and she played off of that, and it worked for her, so... And it looked fucking fly as fuck, like, you can't say that wasn't flawless.
Yeah.
So...
With the judges, just got to bring up a couple of points. Ru read Miss Fifi on saying the hell. Now, it looked to me like Ru was kind of pissed, honey. If I was Fifi, I wouldn't be laughing.
Girl.
Michelle was saying, like, it can be, like, it was quite offensive, and... I don't know, it just didn't really... Obviously, maybe it got edited out or whatever, but, like, it just got... I don't know, it didn't seem like she was very remorseful for saying it.
No, it didn't seem so either, because she kept talking about how she was so happy with it, and she was really happy with that character.
Yeah, and
like,
people
okay.
shouldn't have been mad, like, come on.
I get it's just a character, and it's very easy to find offense in just about anything, but, you know, some things are just plain offensive, you know, and that's just what it is. Drag aside.
Yeah. So, the winner of the challenge this week was Miss Sharon Needles,
Rightfully
honey.
so, rightfully
Number 3.
so. Yeah.
So, you better work, bitch.
She's snatching trophies up in here, bitch.
And the bottom 2 was Miss Dida and Miss Latrice.
Oh, I was just so, like, listen, my personal opinion, I think that it should have been Dida and Fifi, or Latrice and Fifi. But I didn't feel like it was right to have Latrice and Dida. Because what really saved Fifi, to me, must have been her runway.
Yeah, and she won the mini challenge too. I don't know, maybe they thought she did better than either of the other two. I mean, she's entitled to her opinion,
I mean,
darling.
obviously that's their opinion, don't get it twisted, but in my opinion, since I'm reviewing this shit, this is my statement, and my opinion is that Fifi should have been in the bottom 2 this week. Personally, I ain't rude, but if I was, y'all know who would be the T, bitch. So, Yes, it was Latrice and Dida, and I thought they both gave a sickening performance.
They both really killed it, really high energy, like, they're both really good performers.
Yes.
So, you know you were going to get a good lip sync.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, Latrice turned it out more in the end because the song was more suited to her.
It's a Latrice
you
song.
like, it looked like the voice was coming straight out of her, and she's from that era, so she knows, like she said, you've got to feel that emotion, you got to feel those words and where they're coming from, and she was taking it to motherfucking church, honey,
Yes.
and you can't compete with that. Like, obviously, Dida is sickening and flawless, but Latrice was just taking it to church, honey. And then, plus, I think just, you know, Ru wasn't ready to see Latrice go yet.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that way. I mean, not to say that she was ready to see Dida go,
Yeah.
but, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, I feel like Dida was set up, y'all, like, on some real shit, though. I just feel like the song was definitely more suited to Latrice, and even though they both gave a sickening performance, you know, it is what it is. But I just feel kind of confused, because the same way when Carmen Carrera and Jada's performance, and they were talking earlier in the workroom about both speaking Spanish, and then the lip sync was them two, and it was Mickey in Spanish. So I'm like, do they do this shit on purpose? What's the T logo? Y'all be playing us.
Unfortunately, Miss Dida got sent home, but she seemed really happy. And, you know, top 5, bitch. So, I'll give you your 10s, Dida. I didn't see you getting there real tea, but you better work, bitch, because you definitely earned that top 5 spot.
She definitely did, and I think she could have made it even further.
Yeah.
And I think Dida is sickening, and I'm definitely real sad to see her go, because I know that she had a lot to give. So, you know, she gave some good words before she left, and she said that a good queen once told her that if you know everything, you might as well hang up your high heels, which is so true, because in drag you just never stop learning, ever.
No, bitch.
As we see on RuPaul's Drag Race every week. You know, because the most talented people are there, and they gotta learn shit fast.
Yes, honey.
So you never know everything.
So, it gets to the episode, and cue dramatic music. Oh my god.
Bitch, I forgot this even happened.
Once again got criticized because she sent some of her girls too early. So, they got someone coming back, bitch.
Oh,
can y'all believe it?
Like, really, like, I did not
see it coming. I didn't
even
see it
though
coming.
I should have seen it coming, bitch.
Have.
Top 5, hello. But, oh my god, you guys, someone is coming the fuck back.
Who the fuck is it gonna be, bitch? Is it gonna be Miss Elisa Summers? Is it gonna be Miss LaShawn Beyond? Miss The Princess? Miss Madame LaQuia? Miss Kenya Michaels? Miss Milan? Miss Jiggly? Miss Willam? Or Miss Dida?
Now, I don't know who I want back, because I was always here for Kenya, even though she kind of annoyed me a little bit. I still don't know the tea with a letter.
Yeah.
I think LaShawn Beyond is sickening, and she deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Elisa having missed so much. Yeah. Madame LaQuia, I don't see her getting sent back.
Yeah.
I love Madame, but I don't think that Michelle loves her like that.
The Princess, I don't know, I just don't see her coming back.
I know a lot of people are here for the Princess, but personally I just feel like she wasn't giving me what I needed throughout the competition. I'm totally here for Milan. I don't know if she is my first choice right now, but I'd be happy with Milan to come back, but I don't think it'll happen. I don't know why, just my gut tells me that's not going to be the case.
Jiggly.
Yes, Jiggly, that would be something. That would be something, and I think I would be kind of happy if that happened, just because I would love to see everybody's face when Jiggly walked her ass back in there.
Oh my god.
And she like, hey! So, I don't know. Like, the hey army, I think it would be funny as fuck.
I am totally here for Miss Willam coming back, darling, because
of course.
her journey just got cut too short.
It truly did, because she wasn't meant to go home that night.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't feel that'll happen.
No.
Because of why she got kicked off.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I got a package from Willam, so, yeah.
And it could be Miss Dida. She could just jump right back into the competition.
Which I think is definitely a very high possibility, in my opinion. Because, she's like last year, you know, Michelle was saying, oh, she was fresh on everybody's mind, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, you know, before we fucking know, Dida's gonna come back because she's the only one that's still up in that hotel right now, you know. So I don't know the real tea like that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Choose wisely, Michelle Visage.
Yes, please don't make the mistake last time.
Rooting for you, darling.
Yes, because last year, Michelle, I hope you're watching this, you set Mariah too early for me. And you know you should have sent her back. You know that you would have Stone Cold caught a bitch. And you know that that's where the ballroom scene's right. Like, come on. You can't battle that.
Let's move on to the Untucked, y'all. Now, Latrice started off in saying that she addressed Santino for his couch comment. And you know, she kept it real. I don't know if that's a decision that I personally would have made. Like, I would have been like, oh, you call me a couch, bitch, as long as I'm winning the competition. I don't want to come across, like, wrong.
But you know, Latrice said that, so she's like, watch, he'll step to me differently next time.
He better.
You know, I guess that's how you gain respect, yo.
Uh-huh.
So, to quote Miss Latrice Royale, she is the first fat black bitch to be here. And bitch, she is turning it on. I didn't even too much realize until she said that. That she truly is. You know, she's made it past all the other big girls. And she's really, truly representing.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I'm like, get it, Miss Latrice.
Fifi brought up her help comment. And she was saying, you know, it's a joke. And people didn't have a right to be pissed off. Which I was, thought she was wrong for. Because if it offends someone... it offends someone, you know, you don't have a right to say whether they're offended or not.
Yeah, it was just sometimes it's just no going back with Fifi.
Yeah, the thing is that, even if she didn't mean it and you're, in your mind you're so sure that you're good, you know, it was fine, it shouldn't hurt anyone's feelings, you should at least still apologize for disrespecting people like that and just try and emphasize that you didn't mean it like that. And that you're sorry that came across. I don't know if it got edited out or whatever, but she seemed to not give a shit, honey.
Exactly, and I just, maybe, you know, at the same time, I feel like the people who were offended should have made her more aware, because, if I was Dida or Latrice, maybe that didn't get aired, but I would have been like, yo, that shit was rude as fuck, and coming from the person that you pointed your finger at, I thought that shit was real ignorant. Fifi be clocking people all fucking day for that shit. Yeah. So somebody could clock her, right?
I don't know. Like Sharon said, there's a delicate line with things like that, and I just feel like with hers, it just got crossed.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got to see that Chad doesn't think she does well every week.
Which is crazy, right?
Which is crazy. You know, that's a seasoned professional, darling. But it shows you, in my mind, that humility isn't a bad thing, honey. Mm-hmm. You know?
You know, because Fifi was in I guess they used her footage, and she was saying, oh, come on, every week it's her. But, you know, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with being humble.
Yeah, I get you've got to be confident, too. Yeah. But, I don't know.
I guess it's just you know, is it that she's being humble? Is it that she's not got all that much confidence? But you know, she's got a lot to live up to with the name that she's made for herself. So it's no wonder why she'd be nervous about the whole situation.
Of course, darling.
You know, shit. I'd rather her sit there saying that she thinks she's gonna go home than be like, bitch, I got this in the fucking bag.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Okay, so...
Chad was bringing up how he's up shit creek because Michelle wants to know who the real Chad is. And it's just a frustrating critique, and I don't understand it. I sit here every week and I tell you guys I don't understand it. Because her personality is not like Sharon's, that you can, you know, she's got that shtick. When she talks to you, her personality comes across.
Yeah, it's not like when she talks to you, she puts on a character.
Yeah, they don't get to see Chad being the really sweet, nice person that cares for everyone. It's impossible to kind of show that on the main stage. So I don't know what she's going to do, girl. She was just saying, what do I do? Do I show up in a generic wig and a generic dress and go, hi, this is me, Chad Michaels? She's right.
Nondescript.
So they brought up Miss Dida being defensive on stage. But like she said, you know, they rag on her every week. And I've never seen Dida, even when they said she was ashy, she just shut up. And I would have been like, bitch, you know, I lotion my legs up, whatever. But yeah, she was just standing up for herself.
She was just kind of over it at that point, and she was like, at that Sahara Davenport phase where she's like, well, what you want from me, Miss Pearl? Like, and I guess it gets to that point where you're top 5 and you start wondering why are you top 5 if every week that you come out they're like, I don't like this, I don't like this. So it's hard, and you know, at the end of the day, like Sharon Needles always says, we are vain creatures, so to be read down like that is hard.
Moving on to the Peekaroo, you know, they mentioned their support base reaching out to them, and Fifi and Sharon were saying they wanted their moms there, and Dida was like, oh no girl, that was the last thing I need right now, and it was obvious that they had a bad relationship. She said that her parents didn't even know that she was there, which we can relate to.
And it's crazy because you'd want to be able to share something amazing like that with your family.
Of course.
But that's what we go through.
So then the video turned out to be from Dida's mom, bitch. She was saying she was really proud of her and that she loves her. And when she was growing up, she told her she could be whatever she wanted to be. And it was about how hard she worked for it. And they appreciate that she's living her dreams and things of that nature.
And I was livid for the tattoo in the background. Bye!
It was just really adorable. It was really sweet.
And it's everything that you could wish for being in a situation like that.
Of course. I'm sure it just gave her a much needed boost. And then when she got sent home, it explains why she was so happy at the same time. And she's just, you know...
Because RuPaul's Drag Race did give her something amazing, even if she didn't win. Something so much more, I think, than money and all the rest of it. So Sharon got into how, you know, putting a little plastic hair on your head and putting on some lip gloss can create all this distance. And, you know, honestly, that is what I've been feeling for years. Is, you know, how can something so superficial make such a difference? Like, why does it matter what I put on my body or what I do? Like, because we ain't hurt nobody. Shit, drag queens give people life, you know? It's not like we out there fucking going out and beating bitches or robbing banks. Like, you know, we try to entertain and make people laugh and make people happy. And then, you know, school life came into it, and Sharon was talking about her school life and how she found it really hard, and Dida too, and, you know, when she was in school, the teachers wouldn't help her, and it got to a point where her look was distracting, so it was advised at 16 that she leave, which... Basically, I've found myself in the same situation so many times. I remember when I was doing work experience and shit, I wasn't put in the front desk because I would scare people away, so I'd be put in the back. And I've been made to fucking sit in the fucking toilets to fucking work because I'm so scary. And it's just ridiculous. The world really needs to move on. I've spoken to so many people who tell me, well, if you're trying to find a job, girl, you should do this. Just take out your piercings. Just do this. And people don't understand that what they're really asking you to do is change. When does it get to a point where you say no? What's like, where do you draw the line? You know? So I think it's stupid. And it's ridiculous that any adult has a mindset like that, because by that point you should have been through some things, right? And understand that there's more important things in life.
Yeah. You know, we can really relate. She was saying she came from a small town that was full of a lot of discriminatory people that make you feel a certain type of way. And it's just hard, like, you feel trapped, like you can't get away from it, you know, because it's so concentrated.
Exactly, and because you're from a small town, you feel like getting away means getting fucking sent out into the wide ocean, and you just drowning, girl, you drowning.
Yeah. You know, Dida was saying she had it bad, Sharon had it terrible, Chad obviously had it terrible. I think they all had it terrible. You know, Chad was getting really pissed off as usual vicariously through someone else, which is adorable.
Yeah.
And like Sharon said, the only alternative is to just get the hell out of there, just like we did, bitch. We had to up and move country to get away from the foolishness that we were living with, honey, because it's just not healthy. You know, Fifi was saying she didn't have it too bad, and that she was seeing there's more to Sharon behind what you always see. And it's like, girl, you need to know that someone like that has been through pain and suffering in their life.
Definitely. And as a drag queen yourself, you should feel that way by default, I feel. Yeah. Because how many people judge drag queens? I just feel like it was a good moment because at least it shed some light on the situation and maybe showed Fifi that at times, obviously not to the extent of people at school, but, you know, to an extent, she was acting like the people at school, the ignorant people at school, because she didn't judge Sharon on her personality. She judged her on the way she looked when she walked into that workroom the first day. And that's what it is. Because if Sharon would have walked in there that first day looking like a pageant queen and would have still stayed the same personality, I'm sure her and Fifi would have gone along just fine, in my opinion. So it's ridiculous that a drag queen would judge someone else on the way that they look, because girl, you a man in a dress.
So, you know, Chad was talking about her childhood and how she had it awful, and I mean, I can imagine, like, it's a different time, honey, to the ones we're living in now. And she was, you know, it was difficult to fight back against people. She was talking about how nowadays, like, you know, these fucking tired-ass bitches want to friend you on Facebook and invite you to the reunion and things of that nature. Like, it's just ridiculous to me, and like she said, I don't want to have nothing to do with you, whether you were the bullies or whether you were the people standing on the side watching me get bullied, bitch, because it's the same shit. You know, in general, I just feel like this whole Untucked was really good because it brought light to a lot of things that a lot of us feel, and it makes you, you know, understand that it's not just you that goes through it, and that one day maybe you can be where these people are too. Because I look up to all these people, and to know that they've been through the same thing that I have, the fucking bullying, the small town shit, it just, you know, it makes you feel good.
Latrice talking about how she has reconnected with old friends, which she thought she'd never do. And I guess it really just depends on the situation, because Latrice was in a position where her friends accepted her, whereas I feel like Chad feels like her friends were the one that just sat by and watched.
Yeah.
Which, me personally, I can relate more to Chad. My friends never really stepped in for me like that, and so I wouldn't want to reconnect with anyone from my past either. I mean, I guess it really boils down to your personal worries about it when there's really no need to worry, or like Chad where you just know something's fucked up.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good that Latrice at least shows that, you know, don't turn your back on friends that were there for you, because if they were, you should reconnect with them, because, you know, it'll bring you back to old times, and, you know, it's good to know that at least there's both sides of the story, you know, and if you know it's wrong, and baby, if it's right, it's right, you know?
The main thing, you know, that I took from Latrice was that we need more acceptance of who you are and not what you are, darling, and that just took it to church for me, darling. So, that was it. Who the fuck is coming back, y'all?
I really need to know.
It's really gonna be something. So we just gonna have to tune in on Monday to see what the motherfucking tea is, y'all. So it's time for shout-outs.
Yes.
So, first and foremost, shout out to the Mystique 6.
Yes.
And special shout out to the real Mystique Summers.
Of
because
course.
Today, the day we're filming this, is your birthday, Miss
Yes,
Girl.
so happy birthday,
Mystique.
Hi. Hey, Daddy.
Okay, shout out to Miss Sabria.
Yes, of course.
I know you've been working, grinding hard, and you've not been feeling too great, so here's some drag queen loving kisses for you.
Shout out to Sabria's mom.
Shout out.
We love you, girl. Yeah. Alright, looking fishy.
Shout out to Miss Clavid.
Yes.
Shout out to our girl Mars, Miss Mew.
Yes, girl.
Shout out to Jersey. How you doing? Shout out to The Devil Is My Best Friend, because you are always repping our shit, darling.
Yes. Shout out to the baddest bitch. Shout out to Miss 11. Shout out to Trina, Lil' Kim, Nicki Minaj, bitch, fucking Foxy Brown, y'all.
Remy Ma, free Remy.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Miss Sharon Noodles. Shout out to Miss Angie Nation. Shout out to Miss Sonia. Shout out to Miss B. Ames.
Yes. Shout out to Sam Big, Hypno Fiend.
Yes.
Love you, divas.
Shout out to Miss Kisa Kiru. How you doing,
Of course,
girl?
Becky
Miss
Doki.
Kim.
Yes. Shout out to Daz Hype.
Hey.
Shout out to Miss Suck My Dick. Okay, divas, how y'all doing?
How you doing? Shout out to any bitch who watches this, likes it, comments it, subscribes, things of that nature.
Yes.
Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for watching, and we love talking to you guys, so leave a comment.
Of course.
You can catch us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Tumblr. We'll link below.
Yes.
So yeah, tune in next week, y'all.
Alright.
Alright.
Bye.